man is Western Groove. Look, this Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs fight. So as the fight was coming on, I didn't really watch the Roman Gonzalez versus Sugar Set fight. I spoke on it. That guy won. Good for him and his family. He was eating out of fucking trash cans and shit. So, like, as a human being, that's what's up. But on to the Triple G Jacobs. Bruh, going into this fight, right? And I got my video still up, of course. It's only like a handful of them niggas. You feel me? It's a few videos, but you can go back and look. I want to say I made a lengthy prediction video about that one, and what I ended up predicting to happen in this fight was for Triple G to knock Daniel Jacobs out in the fourth round. That's what I thought. In the fourth round, that's how I was feeling. Fourth round, Jacobs is fuck out of there. Triple G is gonna land on Jacobs and he's going to just be out of there. Now, the reason I thought that, like most people thought that because of the Parag fight. I didn't think that because of that. Because I always feel like, anyone can get caught with like a great shot. And that was like a great shot. It was like Tim Bradley versus Jesse Vargas, when Jesse Vargas caught Tim Bradley with not just a shot. It wasn't just, oh, he caught him with a good punch and now all of a sudden Tim Bradley is, he caught him with a tremendous shot, a shot where anyone would be hard pressed staying up from that shot, and Danny Jacobs got caught with something like that by Parag, so it is what it is. The reason I thought that Danny Jacobs would for surely get knocked out early in the fight was because when he got knocked down by what's his name, Sergio Mora, it wasn't because Sergio Mora knocked him down. Now, like again, I'm a believer that anyone can get flash knocked down, is no matter what, at all points of every second of every fight, no matter what we think is going on, we have to respect the fact that it's two grown men in the fucking ring throwing fucking punches at each other and trying to hurt each other. So even if Mora had not one knockout, Mora can always throw a fucking punch and knock somebody clean the fuck out. Even from not having one knockout, it can always come at any fucking moment. You never fucking know. But Mora hurt Danny Jacobs. When Danny Jacobs stood up after that knockdown, Danny Jacobs was wobbling. He was trying to like do his machismo shit, but that nigga was wobbling, bruh. I'm like, bruh, if you wobbling from a fucking Sergio Mora knockdown, when Triple G tap you, you're asleep, you're slumped. You feel me? You about to look like you just got into a car accident when they be doing that shit on the in high school, faking the car accidents for the drunk driving shit. You finna look like that, bruh. Fight happened, right? And Daniel Jacobs did get punched and knocked down by Triple G early in the fight. Around it wasn't round two. That's round four, yeah, huh? Like I said, round four. And of course, like I said in the other previous videos, I'm American, so I go for my American fighters. So I wasn't pleased with the knockdown. I got scared for him with the knockdown, because he was putting in good work up until that point. And when he got knocked down, I got a sinking feeling as if, fuck, this is the beginning of the end, you know? He was doing good. You know what I mean? It's one of those fights where like, it's competitive for the first few rounds. Then the guy gets caught with that big shot, and then from there everything else opens up and he just kind of gets demolished, you know? And it didn't happen like that at all. I watched at that moment. I scooted up closer to my stream, and I put my head close to my computer screen, you know, my eyes, and I looked at Daniel Jacobs' body language as he stood up from that knockdown, and I looked at his legs, and I saw that his legs were not wobbling. When he got up from the Moore fight, his legs were wobbling. When he got up from that Triple G knockdown, his legs were not wobbling. He was not severely hurt. So that gave me confidence. I felt like, okay, Jacobs can just get out of this round, and then we can come back next round and we can start making up for that. And I felt at the end of the fight that Jacobs had won the fight. When the 12th round, when all the time ran out on the clock in the 12th round, the final bell rang, I felt personally as if Daniel Jacobs had conquered the beast. I felt that Daniel Jacobs, by 2 or 3 rounds, outboxed Gennady Golovkin. But at the same time, when that time ran out and the last bell rang after the 12th round, I still felt as if it was anybody's fight. You know what I mean? So I don't think that Jacobs got robbed. I don't think Jacobs got robbed. I don't think I don't think Sergey Kovalev got robbed, you know? And I don't think that Jacobs got robbed. I think that it was a very close and competitive fight. And I mean, they gave it to Triple G, I guess, based off of, I want to say Triple G landed significantly more jabs than Jacobs, and then they had a similar power punches landed stat. You know, I guess, you know, I mean, I kind of think some other stuff too. I think that round for round, if you look at that fight, to me, it wasn't as close as the Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev fight. I felt as if that was a fight where it was harder to score rounds, you know, but I felt like in this fight, it was much easier to score rounds. And I was scoring a lot of those rounds for Daniel Jacobs. And I was almost looking at a lot of those rounds like, how could you not score them for Daniel Jacobs? You wouldn't want to beat Triple G in a lot of those rounds, you know? Even if Triple G did out jab Daniel Jacobs in some of those rounds, you know, you wouldn't have wanted to bend Triple G. He got his fucking ass beat in that fucking round. You know what I mean? And I thought he lost the fight. I like Triple G too. I'm a fan of Triple G. I think Triple G is still gonna beat Canelo's ass, but I think that he, you know, he lost the fight. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not mad at the decision because it was a close fight. You know, but I think that to a point, we can officially call Triple G somewhat fucking exposed as a motherfucking hype job, you know, because we're still giving Daniel Jacob all this credit now. Even me, you know, I'm having to say Daniel Jacobs was way better than I was gonna give him credit for. But what if Triple G just isn't that good? What if Daniel Jacobs is as bad as me and a lot of people think, and Triple G just really isn't that fucking good? Because that's fucking twice in a row now. You get in there with somebody that's I think maybe Charlo moving up to 160 in 2 or 3 fights, he might beat the brakes off of Triple G. You know, he might beat the shit out of Triple G. That might be why Triple G is trying to unify and move up. He's like, fuck Canelo. I'm scared of Charlo now. I'm ducking. I'm running. It's Western Groove, and I'm out.